And we've been promising Iona for the longest time that we'll take her to the Macadamia Castle, which I've never visited before. Now, the Macadamia Castle, for those who don't know, is a animal sanctuary / like themed kids play park. Not like roller coasters or anything, more like playgrounds and water parks and just that kind of thing. But it's mainly about, an animal sanctuary.
Okay, so firstly,
yeah,
the Macadamia Castle, like, is it macadamia based? Are the rides and adventures nut based?
No macadamia theme anywhere in the entire park at all. I think it is purely because it is situated amongst macadamia farms.
But I reckon that's a misleading title then. If I went to, I've always thought, as I've driven past the Macadamia Castle and never into the Macadamia Castle, that the Macadamia Castle is not for me. I was like, too much nut-based entertainment in there as far as I'm concerned. But secondly, always occurred to me that if you're a parent who's super worried about, you can't take peanut butter sandwiches to school anymore, I believe, from the right-wing editorials I've occasionally heard in taxis. So, could you take your kid to a macadamia castle? Or are macadamias not the same nuts that create allergies? I've got so many questions.
I don't know any of the answers to that. I also don't even know. I didn't exit through the gift shop as you meant to do. I exited back because I dropped them off so I could come back and record this very important podcast.
Okay.
Missing out on quality time with my father-in-law and my daughter and my wife, just so I could come record this podcast. But I imagine in the gift shop there would be stacks of boxes of macadamias from local farmers and so forth. But yes, it's not like there's a giant macadamia mascot running around or anything like that. It's literally just any animal sanctuary you'd go to.
See, that's to me is a missed opportunity, though. Surely there should be Maca the Macadamia or something, right?
Yeah, come to think of it, apart from, so here's the thing about the Macadamia Castle is when you drive past it, it doesn't even really look like a castle. They haven't even painted fake sort of grey stone bricks on the outside. It just kind of looks like a big long building. I mean, I sort of joked to Gemma and Rog when we arrived. It's like, I know you guys, spend a lot of time in Scotland, but prepare to be blown away by Australia's best castle, the Macadamia Castle. And they even have a knight, like a 14-foot knight out the front, but he's not even macadamia themed. It would make sense that he was a giant macadamia wearing a knight's helmet or something, right?
I mean, it would be great if he was the one when they had their night meetings, when they all get together to have discussions about nightly business, if he was the one who just brought the snacks.
Yeah.
To be honest, his castle's not that impressive, but we all love having a few macadamias at these meetings, and so we're happy to have him involved.
Now, I guess the problem with having a macadamia as a mascot is they are probably the most indistinct of all the nuts, because what are they? Just like a pale sphere. They don't necessarily, I mean, it could be a macadamia, it could be a testicle. You don't, have you been to Testicle Castle? Fantastic.
Well, again, both nut-based theme parks.
Yeah,
but
bust a nut at Testicle Castle.
So here's what I'd say, though, about your macadamia. Easy to turn into a head, because I would say blank canvas, right? Because it's kind of head-shaped, more head-shaped than a cashew you could get away with if they were going to have a cashew mascot.
But are you imagining I was imagining the entire body was a macadamia, like an M&M mascot, how it's the whole body is the M&M.
Well, they could have macadamia and macadamia, M&M. They could have their own M&M knockoff.
Yeah, knockoff.
Perfect.
Just get sued by Marshall Mathers Incorporated.
No, I didn't mean M&M. I actually meant that there is that M&M theme, park store or whatever it is, and they have a lot of theme park things. So why can't the macadamias get in on this M&M business?
I would love Eminem, the rapper, to write a diss track about Macadamia Castle in the Northern Rivers. Wouldn't that be great?
I mean, it rhymes with arsehole pretty well.
Yeah.
At least in Eminem's world.
Don't worry. He can find rhymes for orange. He's amazing.
What I have said while we've been having this conversation is that I've looked up Macadamia Castle and the gift shop. And here's what I will tell you can buy in the gift shop at the Macadamia Castle. You can buy macadamia nuts. You can buy macadamia nuts in a shell. You can buy a nut cracker. You can buy a trio pack of macadamia nuts. You can buy honey. You can buy macadamia snacks. You can buy a fine food hamper, which is majority macadamia nuts. You can buy macadamia nut biscuits, macadamia butter, books about the Macadamia Castle.
Which would be very short. I imagine that's like 3 pages long.
And cooking macadamias. So most of the things you would have bought in the gift shop, or a stubby holder that says the Macadamia Castle.
We've done a nut episode before, Top Nut, I believe. You can find it in the archives. Where do you rank macadamia amongst your favorite nuts?
Well, I think that I could be won over by a castle, is what I'm going to say. Like if I went to the Macadamia Castle and it was all macadamia themed, I think I would walk out of that going, you know what? Macadamia is the king of the nuts.
Yeah. I think that I was surprised the first time I went overseas, and I think someone told me, I was visiting a friend, can you bring some macadamias? And I was like, macadamias, really? And discovering that, for people who don't live in Australia, they're exotic and expensive, and like macadamia is considered a prized nut. I've always been fairly ambivalent about macadamias. I get the, they've got a rich buttery quality, and, they probably are adaptable in all kinds of cooking, but I don't go nuts for a macadamia, Will.
Here's what I was going to say, though. I'm spying an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So just as the Portuguese brought their chicken to Australia, is there an opportunity here for macadamia nuts to be taken back to Portugal? So what I'm saying is, because doesn't Gemma's dad have a boat?
Yep.
Okay, so knows his way around like seacraft, right? So we load up we storm the Macadamia Castle, we take over, then we have a bloody coup of the Macadamia Castle.
They're pouring macadamia oil over the edge of the wall to stop us.
And we take their nuts and we like load up a boat, send them over to Portugal, make ourselves a fortune.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're basically reversing the reverso Portos.
Yeah. Andos.
Yeah. Andos.
And no one will know how to pronounce it. Is it Andos or Andos?
To see the full video, join our Patreon.
Patreon.com/TOFOP.